Mum's the word. The Edinburgh Society of Unapologetically Imperfect Mothers is here to brighten your day and lift your spirits with our unique take on all things motherhood. We're real-life friends, a special group comprised of women from across the globe who've chosen to call Edinburgh home. Together, we're a haphazard amalgamation of diverse perspectives and life experiences united as we try to navigate the often tumultuous journey through motherland with humor, unwavering support, and lots of fizz. Our mantra is radical acceptance and the necessity to check your ego and self-interest at the door. Keep calm and hold my prosecco, ladies. I hereby call this meeting to order. Yeah. Okay, now we're good. Yay!
New times a charm.
It's a shame because that first intro was amazing.
I know, it'll never be heard now.
You have to do it all over again.
Oh darn!
We are imperfect.
We'll just have to have another toast. I
Oops.
mean, anyway, we are celebrating, girls.
We
Yes,
sure
we
are.
are.
Whoop, whoop.
It's been a good day. We have officially been featured in an online publication called Edinburgh Live.
Oh, it's
Yay.
so good. It's
By
so
the lovely Lee.
Oh,
We
yes.
loved Lee.
wasn't he?
He is wonderful.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
he's
was
a sweetie.
lovely.
Yeah, I want to go out on a night out with Lee. I think it'd
Yes.
be a right laugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think so. I think we need to arrange this.
Yeah, Christmas karaoke
Let's
with
get
Oh,
Lee.
fabulous.
Let's get Lee nice and drunk.
Absolutely. Then he's officially part of the club.
He
Yeah.
might tell us some stuff that he's
And
not allowed
hopefully
to
he'll
publish.
forget our stuff that we
Yeah.
tell him.
Hey! Well, it's been a really good day. How was your week? How was your weekend?
Windy.
Windy. I mean, we have had some wild weather.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Really wild.
Quiet. My kids both went off to Girl Guides for their first camp away from us together.
Oh,
So we
nice.
had 56 hours or so
Oh
of
my goodness.
not count right. 48.
You counted
56
hours. You counted
hours.
hours. Not just that we had 2 days alone.
Something like that, yeah.
You counted the hours.
No,
You
I
must
sure did.
need those hours.
We
Becky,
sure
I
counted
think.
everyone. We went out for a lovely dinner at Hawksmoor.
Oh,
So
fabulous.
delicious. And just, we watched the new Peaky Blinders movie.
Wow.
It was
good.
really good. It was
Is
really
it?
good. And just, it was quiet. It was really, we've not had a staycation without the children probably since they were born. We've had lots of
Oh
leave
my
them
God.
with my lovely in-laws and go away.
I can
but
relate
just
to that.
For 56 hours or whatever what it was.
She's counting hours. That's
Yes,
how long
that's
it's
how we
been.
Yeah.
operate in hours now. So immediately, what did I do when they came home? Sign them up for the next camp.
But I mean, that is amazing to have
It was.
just the house to yourselves.
It
You know, it's
56
just
hours.
amazing.
And
Oh
to
my
never have
goodness.
to go anywhere.
Tammy's going to a very fun place in her brain.
Oh yeah. Can you see from the look on my
children
face? I was like, I
fun.
wonder where they did it.
We're not allowed to.
You don't need to
house.
ask that. You don't need to
Yeah,
answer
don't
You
that.
don't
on
need
the
to
couch.
answer. TMI.
Don't tell us. Leave us in suspense.
Obviously.
I don't even want to think about it. Sorry.
But yes, it was a good weekend.
That's why she couldn't come to F45 on Monday. She was exhausted.
Yeah.
No, but
I
I
was
must-
resting.
But that's just it's amazing because, we never get that time to just take your time as an adult.
And be grown-ups together.
Yeah,
your
be
own
grown-ups
home.
together.
Your own home.
Not
Never
have to pay
happens.
people to take your children.
Never happens.
Yes. Okay, because I have to say, so we went to Nora's on Sunday because they had a pop-up. I don't know if you guys know this restaurant down
I know
in New
it.
Haven.
Courtesy
Oh, it's right
of
next to Alien Rock.
your better
Yeah.
half.
Okay.
Or other half.
How
yeah,
is
he was
it?
telling me about
Oh,
it. Said
it's
amazing.
fabulous. So we've gone
Yeah.
there before for kind of brunch, lunch, coffees, etc.
Beautiful part of the world
It's-
there.
Yeah, it's
love it.
it's a fantastic small restaurant, but they did something new. They did this pop-up where they had like a South Indian set menu. They had the chef come in, and there were, I don't know, maybe 7 courses or something. He tells you about
my
all the
Lord.
different courses.
Yeah.
Very like fish-based, locally, all
Amazing.
locally
So
caught.
it's like a chef's table kind of a situation.
Yeah, I would say it would be like that, except the layout doesn't
Understood.
quite work for that.
But still, the chef comes up and
Yes.
explains everything.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah. So it was fantastic. And I have to say that we drank way too much. But it was lovely. And then we had to go home and pay the childminder.
Oh.
And it was like, ouch.
Yeah.
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 Ouch.
Yeah.
You think Sunday night dinner, you're going to be out for like 2.5 hours. No, we were gone much longer.
But it must have been a lovely
spent
experience.
a fortune.
Must have been lovely then. If you
Yeah.
Oh.
It was a really good time. We went with friends as well, so the time just passed by super quick.
Fantastic.
But my God, child minding fees.
Do you know what we should do is a voucher scheme amongst the parents.
Absolutely.
Oh my God! Next time, just send her over to our house. Although we were out on Sunday, so
That wouldn't have worked.
So my eldest would have been in charge of a lot of children.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. Now that Becky and I have wee ones that are not so wee.
We have teens.
We have teens.
Yeah.
We have teens, we can say. Yeah.
We
Cheap
can-
labor.
I know. Well,
Yes.
this was our first time. We went out on Sunday afternoon for lunch, and we left the eldest in charge of the younger two for the very first time.
He's responsible.
Yes, and he did a very good job. He listened. I mean, he was on video games when we got home, but we told him
No one
if you
had
want,
died.
If
No
you
one
want to be paid,
needed to go
you
to
are
the
not to be
hospital.
on video games. So anywho, but
Oh,
it was
that's
good.
Well done.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I was at the football pitch on Sunday.
Yes, you had a tournament.
So that was the tournament was last weekend.
Oh, okay.
So this weekend we had football game on Sunday, but it was stonking rain.
Oh
Yeah.
my God,
Yeah.
the rain
It was
coming
horrendous.
It was
sideways.
stalking rain. Those kids are tough. I'm telling you, these boys, I am impressed.
I'm so impressed because
Yeah.
my eldest's rugby was canceled
right?
because of the rain.
Yeah. No, our kids, my son's team, the game went on and, credit to all the boys. I mean, what a brilliant job they did given
Fantastic.
the conditions, and their heart was in it. So it was pretty amazing. I did come home and took a nap
Good.
because I guess I'm just at that age, I'm like, I am exhausted.
Well, I genuinely think the weather can take it out of you.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
does.
absolutely.
I really do.
And I wasn't even running around on the pitch.
No,
No,
I
but
wasn't
it
the one-
was
Yeah, but
coming
all
down
that
sideways.
cheerleading at the side.
it was proper
That
rain.
emotional drama.
And the wind.
The wind. Oh yeah. So those kids, but yeah, that was great. But no, I'm just so proud of us.
I am too. We have a lot to celebrate
Okay,
today.
yeah.
You sure do.
We really do. So, Heather, just remind me how many followers we have on Facebook right now.
We're over 1,000 followers on Facebook.
Yay!
Yes, and it's interesting. Like, I feel like we still need to get the word out because
know.
there's so many listeners out there who could really enjoy the podcast.
100%.
It's a podcast that's for parents. It's just anybody who wants to have a laugh, who wants to feel better at the end of the day. And we're newbies to this algorithm of how to get these people
100%.
but we have people from all over the world
We do.
listening.
We have listeners in 37 different countries.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
incredible.
And I love that it resonates with so many people. But I'm not shocked. And I think that there's more people that we should reach out to.
I
So,
agree. And I think that there's something to be said for celebrating the everyday woman
Yeah.
and the everyday mom. We are interesting and we're fun.
We have a
and
sense
we're
of
funny.
humor. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not just cranky.
Yeah.
We're not just sometimes.
Not
Just
There's a time,
yeah.
there's
more to us.
There's a time and a place.
When you get us at the right time, we
Yeah.
can be fun.
We can.
Yeah.
We can be
We're always
fun.
in a good mood and fun when we're
56 hours
here.
at the weekend.
Well, this is
So
it.
maybe it's the company.
I
Yeah.
100% agree. I had 2 friends come visit this weekend, and let me tell you, it was like, I know you had your 56 hours of
I'm
child-free
lying.
fun.
I can't do math. It was 36.
There you
Wishful
go.
thinking. 36.
36.
For the record.
But it felt like
nonetheless,
56.
it felt like 50, it felt like 100. But go on. Tell us about your friends because you had
But
friends.
yeah, we
visiting.
had friends up. I had friends up visiting from London. So I had 2 of my girlfriends come up, and we had, a weekend full of just wandering around Edinburgh and eating and drinking our way through the city, and it was great. Little bit of shopping.
Where'd you hit up?
So we went to, Saturday, Friday night I cooked. because they were coming in late. So I was in charge of food and drink. And
I caught Alyssa at the supermarket with a
you?
trolley full of booze. She didn't
She's an
cook
excellent host.
anything.
I did
She
cook.
just served everything in a wine glass.
That's not true.
Yeah, you're right. You
I
did
had a-
cocktails too.
I did cocktails and a Greek spread.
Oh, that sounds
So I made all the
lovely.
dips.
Ouzo.
No,
Ouzo.
Ouzo. Oh,
Alyssa's charcuterie boards.
my
are epic.
charcuterie board.
Yes.
So there was a charcuterie board. There was Greek salad. There were lots of dips. There was accoutrement. It was lovely.
I think we need this for our cookbook.
I think we do.
Mm-hmm.
And spicy margs. It was nice. And it was tequila night. So there were spicy margs and palomas. It was fun. And then Saturday we went to Soto in Stockbridge for lunch, which was just impeccable everything. Everything. From the minute you arrive, the service is outrageous. The food is stunning. And yeah, the food, like the drinks menu is wonderful. And then Saturday evening, we went to the Outsider, which is up on North Bridge. Now, top tip, the Outsider is not on Open Table. You have to go on their website, locate their phone number, and phone them.
Ooh, old school.
Right?
Or you
Bring back
walk
the
in.
80s.
So honestly, they handwrite notes on the menu. So they have bin ends for wine, which are all handwritten. They have cocktails of the day and wines of the day and catch of the day. And we got my favorite table, which really makes me happy. And I even said to the gorgeous, seating host, I was like, "You gave me our favorite table." He's like, "Did I?" I said, "Yes." I hugged him. I think he was frightened because I literally was like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy."
There's boundaries here, and this is being crossed.
You don't do boundaries.
And I had booze at lunch, so there were no boundaries. And then on Sunday, we went to Kylo for a ridiculous Sunday roast.
Oh,
We had
lovely.
a beef Wellington for 4, and it was just
Incredible.
Chef's kiss.
Oh, I think
amazing.
you shared some of those photos, right?
Ah,
It looked
outrageous.
gorgeous. Yep.
outrageous. You have to, if you do the beef Wellington, you have to order it in advance. So we did that, and it was definitely worth all
That's
the
fabulous.
things.
Do they have like roast beef?
Yes, they do.
Oh,
They're a
I love
steak
it.
restaurant.
Yeah, they're known
So
for
they
their
will
steak.
they will bring the big
Cow.
like I was gonna say the chopping board full of cuts of meat to your table, and you
Bring
can
the cow out
choose.
to you.
That's
It'll
amazing.
move.
And if you do a large like roast, they'll carve it at your table like a proper carving station. It's
Oh,
very
I like
cool.
that.
It feels very special.
And
Go
you
to
know-
like an occasion restaurant.
We have not been there yet,
I highly recommend.
Us either.
we will check it out because
Yeah.
I love going around for like a Sunday lunch
Oh, it's
around
gorgeous.
town, trying all the different
Gorgeous.
places.
And we've been for some good ones, but this one felt particularly special.
Anybody visiting, the United Kingdom needs to go for a Sunday roast. I
Oh,
mean, it is-
100%.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
For
And to
sure.
everybody that doesn't understand the joy that is the Yorkshire pudding,
I make a mean
Tell us
Yorkshire
about
pudding.
Yorkshire pudding, Kim.
Oh.
This is your neighborhood.
Well, I mean, they're a firm favourite in our house, and my son will have 2 with his meal.
Do you make the big
Absolutely.
ones?
Any
Lovely.
secrets? Yeah.
No, I make it in a cupcake tin holder.
That's what I
So
do
make
too.
6
Yep.
medium ones, so you can pour the gravy in.
absolutely.
But the goal is to make one big enough to put the dinner inside it.
Oh.
So if
But I've
you,
yet to find a pan that will allow me to do that.
See,
you know
Ours are
the white
giant,
enamelware,
yeah.
the white enamelware, it works.
But it doesn't rise up too much in the middle.
right.
It works.
We're
The
getting
white
a bit
enamelware,
nitty-gritty and probably a bit
Interesting.
dull.
and the white enamelware works for Toad in the Hole.
That's another firm favourite in our house.
Same
I mean,
here.
it's just like we should have a whippet as well. but-
You really should. We can arrange that.
Wait till he listens to this episode.
Gregor is very keen.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, ladies, our theme for today is that we are pixelated and pissed off. It's
Oh.
time to unplug because the Easter holidays are amongst us. They're rapidly approaching, and I know that all of us have had it up to here with the screen time.
Yeah.
And it's time to talk about ways that we can get our children to unplug.
It's tough.
Throw a bag of Easter eggs just up in the air in a messy room.
You're not wrong.
Honestly, that's like 2 hours of
Invest in
searching.
them. Like, go to your cheap, like,
That's a great.
your Poundland or whatever, and buy a bag of whatever plastic eggs and keep them forever.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're great when they're toddlers. They're great when they're little kids. Honestly, even the teens, I agree. Just throw them around your house and hide things in them. If there's chocolate, they will go.
This is true. So apparently there is a trending term called the low-stim parent. Low-stim meaning low stimulation.
Yeah.
And for new moms
Reducing
and
visual and auditory stimuli.
what she
There's
said.
the OT.
That's what it stands
I'm
for.
at it.
Thank you, OT.
Yeah.
That's our girl.
So it stands for reducing.
You're trying to reduce the sensory input to your
Yes.
child because it overwhelms them potentially.
And you
Definitely.
get to do less at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of a
It's a
bonus.
win-win.
But
So,
It's a
actually, you
bonus.
might need to do more.
You might need
if
to
you're
do more
reducing
initially.
that stuff.
Yeah.
so when
because-
we became moms, all of the toys were plastic and they had noises and lights and they made hideous. They would sing
Yeah.
and dance and
I
other
left the
things.
batteries out. Did anyone else do that?
Yeah.
Oh my
I would just
God.
leave them out, and then it took years for my kids to realize they were meant to have batteries.
This is a sore subject. So we had some friends come to visit. This was years ago when we were still living in London. And I think we only had you in at the time. And again, how many degrees between my husband and I? And our friends came in, and we used to have this thing where it was a smart house, so when you pressed like a button on your phone or a button on the wall, the lights would come on or come off, and sometimes they would change color. But it would create like a magnetic field, and if the little puzzle piece for the Melissa and Doug puzzle
Yeah.
wasn't completely firmly placed, then you would hear like a farm animal noise or or an ambulance noise or whatever little piece wasn't
I remember
completely
this.
pushed in,
Okay.
it would go off. And my friends came in and they had just arrived from Canada and they went, "Oh, you still keep the batteries in the toys. That's so cute."
Yeah.
And Alan and I looked at each other and went, "We could take the batteries out of the toys."
Yeah. I mean, how many of us
Newbies.
still remember the song, like, "Come along the animal train, come
Yes.
on." Like, these
No.
things are ingrained in your head forever.
Oh my God. And then the alphabet
Ask your child if they
house.
remember. They will.
Wheels on the bus.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
those
firmly
wheels.
lodged in there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They go round and round.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
those wipers.
It's when the batteries are dying.
From the little
Yes.
people's bus, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yes, I remember that.
If the batteries are dying and you're
Yes.
sitting watching TV one night and it's all quiet and then like a dinosaur roars or something, what a
Or
fright.
or an
Jeez.
elephant.
Yeah, you absolutely cack
goodness.
yourself.
Oh
You
my
do.
gosh.
And it's horrific.
Yeah.
So apparently there is an even bigger push for the Montessori style toys. You know, the wooden toys, the
Yep.
cute pastel
Yes,
toys.
that was happening.
I see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
So
that,
it started kind of probably with ours, but now it's become a trend.
ah.
It's become a thing. So do we like the wooden toys? Do we think this is cool?
So
or
just wooden, no battery.
no batteries.
Yes.
Okay.
No
Probably.
batteries.
And
Yes.
that's for young kids.
yes,
young
we're talking
kids.
like toddlers and
Like
under.
0
Okay.
to 3, maybe.
Yeah, like 0 to 3.
Like
That's right.
blocks.
Yes.
Blocks.
Yeah.
My children still like blocks.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, like the
Towers?
Jenga thing, the
Yeah.
Jenga tower.
Oh,
Yeah, those are-
and even
that's
some
pretty
blocks
good.
for yeah. I mean, I criticize no one for their parental choices because I think at the end of the day,
It's
trying
all
to
about
cope.
survival.
We're all trying to survive. We're all trying to cope. But I do agree that the less stimuli you can give your child at a young age, the better it is for their brain.
So
Yeah.
I remember when my daughter was really wee, and you get gifts from people over the years. Someone gave me a battery operated mobile phone for her to play with, and I remember thinking, no.
Amy still plays with that toy.
I just remember thinking, I'm just going to put this one away. Yeah, I think. But I'm sorry. So the wooden toys, I like them. I thought they were good. I mean, we didn't just go wooden toy.
No, we had a combination of
Absolutely.
all
Yeah.
of the above.
Yeah.
I was really big into like Play-Doh and stuff for my child.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
loved all that kind of
but Play-Doh-
tactile stuff. But my husband would go crazy, and he hated it because it would end up on the carpet.
I can see
I
even-
was just
even
gonna say
Tammy and
I was just going to say that.
Heather's faces.
Play-Doh on the carpet. I remember like green, red, and you're on your carpet and you're like,
But it's not Lego. I mean, I love Lego, but step on Lego.
Oh, step
I know,
on Lego.
and
And you
on
won't
Lego.
soon forget it.
Play-Doh on the
It's the
carpet.
worst.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not for Play-Doh is not for everyone. So my mother's solution was, because my parents divorced when I was quite young, was she would send all the Play-Doh to my father's house. You can play it here. But no, I mean it's and there's no limitation to one toy or the other. It's whatever works for your family.
Yeah.
But wooden toys, I think they're supposed to be hypoallergenic. Like,
Yeah.
There's supposed to be all sorts of.
And if they
there's supposed to be all
chew
sorts of
them,
benefits.
it's not so bad.
Yeah, that's I think non-toxic.
Yeah,
when they
I
chew
still-
them.
I still Dettol wiped them.
I did. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if you're supposed to.
Well, don't forget, my middle was like the kid that was in the hospital every like 2 minutes with
Yeah.
infection. So
But, like,
I
that's
was
a lot
that
of work.
weirdo. I was
That's
that
a
weirdo.
lot of sides.
Yeah, I was that
wouldn't do
weirdo,
that.
like bringing my own bag of like sterilized toys to like the play group. That was me.
Yeah.
And then the child with the like,
The drool.
the drooling and the nose and everything would
There's
come
always a
and
few.
touch them, and I would give the mother a death stare.
I know. I remember those days.
So if that listener is
those kids can't help it.
that person's listening now,
It's not well.
In my defense, like he was the kind of kid that would, a sniffle for one kid, for my kid would
Listen.
turn into like,
Yeah.
We all know what a sniffle means when it's the kid in the playgroup who's got like
Yes.
this snot coming out of its
the
nose.
snot.
oh, I hate that word.
But what that means is that I'm going to be at home
Yeah, for the
from
next
work
3 days.
trying to work, trying to figure out how to cover work
Yeah.
while I'm taking care of a kid with a temperature. Okay,
Absolutely.
that's what that means.
Yeah.
So,
That's
How
what
many
that
times
means.
have you shown up to the play group and realized, oh, my kid has the sniffles?
But
Like,
there's
it
a
happens
sniffle,
both
and
sides
then
to
there's
it.
the faucet.
Yeah, oh,
I'm
yeah,
talking about the faucet kid.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
like
it
talking
just
so
reminds
gross.
me of people who take their sick kids to soft play.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
yeah. I just remember thinking,
Or take them to a party because they've got the invitation at a
Take them
soft
to an
play and it's
outdoor
like,
space. I'm okay with I get your kid needs to move, but take them outside. where there's
Exactly.
air.
but back to Low-Stim. So Low-Stim
So
means
Low-Stim means like
no batteries.
No batteries. So I
Yeah,
remember
reduce lights, reduce sounds.
Okay.
So our favorite toys growing up, my Aunt Judy had these blocks. They were made out of cardboard and they were made to look like bricks. And they came in a flat pack, and my poor Aunt Judy and Uncle Mike had to sit there apparently on Christmas, one year, meticulously folding these bricks. And because they meticulously folded all of these bricks, we played with those bricks for probably 10 years.
You're right.
Wow.
I remember
And
those
we used
bricks.
to make forts, and we
Yeah.
used to make walls, and we used to hide in them. And
Mm.
they looked like bricks. They were like the actual dimension. And
That's amazing.
They were amazing.
I didn't have favorite toys growing up because we just played out all
the
of the
time.
time.
You were just outside.
Yeah, we were never in. We
So
were
how did you
outside.
have like a signal for what time it was to come home?
My mum shouting.
And being able to if you were
Yeah.
if you
Kid,
couldn't
Paul, it's bath time.
so if you were too far to hear mom's voice, you were too far?
I think there was a built-in clock, a built-in alarm within you that knows I've been out a long time now. I should maybe
Yeah.
go home.
Like 2 or 3 hours from snack time. That would do it for
Yeah.
me. I'm not going to
I'm
wander.
I'm getting hungry.
yeah.
yeah, but we never we had farmers' fields, so we were always in the farmers' fields and stuff.
Fantastic.
But my mum's voice could carry far.
I believe
And
that.
it was sing-songy as well. And if,
Well, that
if
was
we
nice.
couldn't hear her from the back door, she'd walk down the snicket at the end of our street and then just shout, and we'd be like meerkats. Our heads
love
would
that.
shoot up, me and my younger brother. And, we need to go home.
My neighbor used to have like a bell, like a school bell, that was hanging on the front porch. And if his mom rang the bell, we knew it was time to go home because
Right, everyone else?
everyone
That's
else would just
hysterical.
scatter.
Yeah.
But we also had one of those amazing like systems of back gardens, kind of like yours, Heather, where they like interconnect.
Mm-hmm.
So we were always somewhere where we could either hop a fence or just hop on our bike and go
Yeah.
home
so
without
nice.
Like
crossing a
Ferris
road.
Bueller.
Yes.
So fun.
Like Ferris Bueller. I mean, I am from Chicago.
See, I grew up in the city, so
Best
I
movie
always grew up
ever.
in flats, and
Yeah.
like we couldn't. The first place we lived, it was more like a garden apartment, so like you could all run down to a shared garden, and we'd run around. And I was like 5, and I remember just wandering, and all the neighbors would sit there watching outside, chatting to each other on the phone. So my mom wouldn't be able to see, but somebody's mom was always watching us. But then when I moved to a high rise, and that was kind of like, it had all be kind of scheduled and kind of like today. It was the beginning of today. So which is kind of a shame. And I feel like today that's the problem, is we just can't let I love to let my kids roam the streets, but in some areas we can't.
My in-laws live in South Queensferry, and their children just go out to play.
Must be amazing. Yeah.
Oh,
There's some areas that
nice.
do. It's just it seems very.
That's how I grew up.
Yeah.
But we had like a large property, so you'd be like in the wooded area, climbing a tree, or like my best gift ever growing up was like a fishing tackle box type thing.
Amazing.
But you just pack it with snow, and it was like an igloo maker.
Wow.
And that
Canadian thing
so
ever.
Yes,
cool.
I know. That's a Canadian thing.
Not going to work here, or not very many
but I
places.
love it.
But I love that. So we lived
Yeah.
on a cul-de-sac, and with a cul-de-sac being like a roundabout kind of a situation, the snowplow would come and it would make like all the edges would be cleared of snow, but then they would pile all the
exactly
snow
what you're
into the
talking
middle.
about. Yep.
And we used to make forts
Igloos.
and igloos, and
Yeah.
it was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Heaven.
I can remember us doing that when I lived in Horbury. We had that, which is West Yorkshire, and we used to get a lot of snow. I know there was a fortress built at the end of the road one winter. It was amazing.
A fortress.
Wow.
So cool.
It
I love
felt
the way
like
we're
a
like, we built
fortress.
forts. And Kim's like, we had a fortress.
Well, they are the colonizers, so
We're not happy unless we're ruling somebody. But,
Were there
it felt
flags on
amazing.
top? I'm imagining a turret.
No, there was a slide though from top to bottom,
Amazing.
tunnels. Yeah, it was
Heaven.
amazing.
But this was
I don't know how
these
that
were the
worked.
days before the iPads, wasn't it?
oh god,
It
yeah.
was.
It has changed
It was
things.
way long
Yeah.
before then.
Oh, my
Some
word.
people didn't even have TVs.
I mean, this is like, we are in the land of the digital hangover now, especially for those of us with primary and secondary age children.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think this literally, we are like segueing into this whole. I mean, we as parents rallied together to make sure that our children couldn't bring the iPads home
Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
were like, we've had enough of the tech.
I was speaking to someone about this in church last week, and I said, you know, it didn't matter what the parents felt about the iPads. They were going into the schools.
Yeah.
We didn't want them
We
to
didn't have
have
a
them.
choice.
We had no choice. How is that fair?
I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was some sort of like government initiative.
Correct.
With,
I right?
With
Yes,
a big
you're 100%
tech company
correct.
who
Yeah.
supplied
Oh yeah,
them.
in bed with
Yeah.
the tech company.
Yeah.
They all
Definitely. And now they want to do that with NHS and tech, and
I
yeah,
mean, realistically,
interesting.
Yeah.
they do need to be technologically literate, and I wouldn't
They
say
do.
everything they've learned at school is negative. I mean, they know Fiona's. I'm sorry, my younger daughters mentioned like that they talk about online safety and what to do if you come across something
Yes.
you don't like, and
They
how
have
to
to learn.
approach. So I think there are positive
there
are
sides,
positives.
but I also feel like these are kids who are bombarded by technology, and all we do when they're home is try to fight them about not using technology every waking moment when they're going to school and being basically handed more technology.
But
and it's finding that balance as a parent.
I
Very
think
much
though,
so.
fortunately for our class, because of the building that they're in, which is separate to the actual school, their Wi-Fi is terrible.
Oh, not today. They've done updates.
Thank you.
Oh, have they?
But nonetheless,
They fixed
Yeah.
it.
they fixed it. But no, I mean, it's just, I think as we, unfortunately, we're on the vanguard as our generation of parents watching our generation of children figure out this new world of technology.
It's honestly, it's very confusing.
It is.
I
Yeah.
think it is confusing. And I think what scares me is that a lot of the educational games now seem to be leaning into this gamification where they
Yeah.
almost look like online gambling kind of, you know, where they get blue ticks for this and they get credits for that.
Coins
Like
and-
my son will freak out if he doesn't do his Duolingo.
Yes.
I need to do my Duolingo. I have a
It's how they get you
563
hooked.
day whatever.
It's like Snapchat keeping you on board for
It
for the
is.
streaks.
the extrinsic rewards. But
Yes.
unfortunately,
And I've
we
said
need
that to
intrinsic
people. Yeah.
rewards to help us to actually have self-worth and motivation of to move forward and not just rely on.
But it's that instant gratification, isn't it, of them getting the coins or whatever? They're not looking at the long game.
But Rebecca, can you break that down? Because I'm a little. I want to focus. What did you just say there? Because I want to.
So there's intrinsic motivation and there's extrinsic motivation, and intrinsic motivation is because, for example, like I want to do my homework because it means a lot to me because one day I want to grow up and be a teacher. Intrinsic motivation would be I want to do my homework because I can get a blue tick on this game and then I can feed my animal.
Yeah.
Like they're different and
so one is coming from inside and one is coming from outside. So external gratification and internal gratification.
Exactly. And both are necessary for the human experience, but unfortunately these games are now capitalizing on our extrinsic motivation and are wanting to have those external rewards. And I do worry that, there's research that's come out that, we all know there's a lot of anxiety amongst the youth, a lot of depression, and there's concerns that this is one of the links to that.
Yeah.
So not to scare people
because they've got an additional pressure.
Yeah, like I have my tics, I have my streak,
How
I
many
have to
ticks do I
maintain
have?
my streak.
I need gratification from outside to give me self-worth.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like when people are doing things on YouTube or Instagram. How many likes am I getting? How many follows
exactly.
am
That's
I
what it
getting?
ties into. That's
yeah. It's not about how they feel on the inside. Their worth is linked to what other people think of them,
right? As
opposed to how they feel on the inside and what they're giving to the community. Let's say.
So don't forget to follow us.
I
need my intrinsic or extrinsic.
Social media manager, yes. Please like, follow, share.
Yes.
No, but it's such a good.
But it's for you, not just for the.
But it's such a good reminder that your motivation in life really shouldn't be the likes and the follows.
No.
Yeah.
We should have a balance.
We need to be aware of when things or systems are trying to manipulate us.
Yes.
And
that's
the trouble
tough.
is it's picking that up
you
now.
hit the nail on the head,
kids
Tammy.
can't pick that up. Kids can't pick.
So apparently there's a trend for schools to have, it's down in England, to have analog Fridays where they have no tech on a Friday. Now I know for us in Edinburgh, at school. So I know in Edinburgh that would be like a half day. But, I like the idea of that. I like the idea of an analog Friday where everything is handwritten.
Yeah.
You're not typing anything up. You're, you're leaning into that old school kind of so that you don't come out of school completely screen fried by 3
that's
o'clock.
normal. That was normal.
Yeah.
It's how we were,
That's why we're normal.
It is.
Wow.
Now, girls, I'm going to ask you a very, controversial question.
Is it?
Okay. It is, and Becky knows why this is controversial. It is the Goldilocks of education. Mm-hmm. As in, there is no right or wrong. You will never please anybody.
I was thinking, what are we getting porridge at school? My son is going to hate that.
Homework.
Okay, what about it?
Do we want homework back? And when I say homework, I'm talking worksheets or the math book. Paper.
Yeah.
Do we want it?
Yes.
Oh, Kim, straight in. I agree with you.
I would tend to say yes as well.
Yeah.
Although I would want to make sure that it's in like a plastic folder because the amount of times that our bag comes home wet.
That's fair.
Agree.
Well, Amy still has that. Remember the plastic book
Yeah.
bag? So
We've lost ours.
Yeah. We've had
I thought we had to have them
replacements.
back, hand them back.
Yeah, we've had
But
like
is there-
3 replacements.
So is there an environmental benefit to not having the paper?
So
I
this
guess?
is the thing.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
the
part
argument.
of the
For
argument
the
from
homework wall.
right.
This is part of the argument that we're saving trees, we're saving money by not having textbooks and
Teacher time, I guess, as well, because it's much faster to mark something online.
I'll mark it. Send it home and
But
I'll
the
mark
homework
it.
that we get isn't online. The homework
We have
that
to
we
make it up.
currently, I hate that homework
Well, I think
wall.
we need to clarify for our readers because
Yes.
this is not a thing everywhere. So
All
some
listens, yeah.
schools where we are do, instead of doing proper just send home worksheets or assign something on a platform that the kids have to do, they give basically one sheet a term That's almost like a grid style that gives ideas for activities they could do at home should you get
Which
there.
are parent-led.
Which are parent-led.
I
And
remember this.
Very loose. And there are, again, there are benefits for some kids who maybe don't have the time or struggle already with managing school in itself. So I'm not saying that there's one right or wrong. But there are other children who also need the structure of having homework and need the reinforcement of having homework.
I mean, me.
I have a trigger. Sorry, but this is triggering me. During COVID,
Yes.
I remember, my son was at this beautiful school. It was so lovely. And then COVID came and the school closed. And they sent me an email with this is what you should do with your child with the grid. And it was this, a whole page of stuff. And it was look for a butterfly, identify the moss, find the earthworm. And I was
So almost like a forest school.
I was
syllabus.
I have to try to do my job. I'm trying to keep the family going. When you give and I'm sorry, a parent, okay, it's usually mom.
Yes.
Right?
It's
a homework
unpaid
assignment
work
for mom. It drove me mad. I mean, it just drives you absolutely mad. So is that really, how is that?
No, I agree with you. It is unpaid work for mom. And I'm a teacher.
But how, I want to
I'm
separate.
a teacher.
I almost want to separate that from technology discussion. Because it's that is so, I can't even.
I agree.
Yeah. You're bringing up a really good point. So I think that COVID created almost like a physical gap, a physical wall between school and home. And I think that the ed tech is perpetuating this gap between school and home because we as parents have no idea what's happening at school. At least when homework comes home, you have this insight into what the children are doing.
Especially with the kids who don't like to tell us what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they've already done 6 hours, so they don't want to talk about it.
Which is fair.
Versus, getting 3/4 of the way through the year and then being told through a letter or at a, parent-teacher parent-teacher conference where, your child is massively behind. Okay, well, had the homework been coming home or had the math book or the English book been coming home routinely, there wouldn't be that level of shock.
But is there an argument for the kid managing it more themselves in that somehow?
There is as they get older.
Right.
But I think primary school's difficult. I don't think you want to overload your child.
Yeah.
I do
Because
agree with
I have friends who are primary school teachers who do not believe in homework at all for children.
Yeah.
They think that they've done enough in the day to concentrate for that amount of time. But I don't think there's an issue with sending them home with a worksheet that's got a start and a finish point. When we were given these grids and told we need to set the
Make
homework.
it up yourself.
It's
I
too
just
open
was
plan.
like, what? And
But
there
I
was
think
stuff I didn't even understand.
And my kids didn't want to engage. That was the
I think that there's
I would have been
I think
game
that's
for
a
anything,
separate
but-
problem.
It is.
That
100%.
I feel like, but the ed
Yeah.
tech thing is different. I think it's.
And I think that, Kim, you segue us perfectly into our next kind of discussion point, which is I feel like we've lost the art of being bored.
Oh, yes.
Oh, definitely.
And I think that when we were growing up, we had plenty of opportunities to do nothing.
Oh yeah.
Stare out the window, watch the birds.
Look out the window.
On a
Do you ever
car
tell your
journey.
children these
Car
stories?
journey,
They're
absolutely.
like, "Whoa."
Count the number of sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Car journeys that were like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The license plate game in America, remember?
Oh, we still play it.
We still play
There's
it too.
apps when we go visit. There's an app.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my kids love it.
I still get excited when I see a really random one like an Alaska number
Hawaii.
plate. Absolutely. I'm sorry, but if you see
ours
a
with just a
Hawaii
yellow
number plate on
car.
the mainland,
New England, like the fish restaurants in New
Yes.
England, the
But I
crab
think-
shacks, and they're the best place to find all the states.
I think being bored is such. It's such a gift.
it's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing.
and it's how your brain regenerates.
Yep.
Yes.
And how you spend time reflecting on yourself
So
and things that happen.
3 magical things happen during boredom. Number 1, reflection. Number 2, you convert short-term memory into long-term memory. And number 3, creativity. And without boredom, those 3 things either don't happen or they happen at a very different rate.
I can totally see that. I can, yeah.
And I mean, I watched my kids. I think I bought them some stupid. It wasn't stupid. Okay. It was like one of those organic cereals.
Oh, right.
That cost a fortune, but it was marked down. And I got it. And it had an activity on the back.
The back.
It had like a maze. And watching my children do the maze on the back, and then they took the innards out and took the cardboard and they were cutting it up. And they were like cutting out the little people that had the little dots around them. And I had this moment of, I don't care. Take all of my money, cereal company. You just created like 20 minutes of my children getting along together. They were cooperating, and the TV wasn't on.
The TV's not on.
Yeah.
I can remember reading the backs of cereal packets
Yes!
to pass the time at break.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And oh my God, do you remember the toys in the cereal boxes?
Yes.
Vaguely, yeah.
There were like a decoder ring.
But we're not going backwards. So how do we go forwards? Because I think that's kind
I
of
think going forwards might be to go backwards.
Backwards. I think so too.
brick
So-
phones and cereal boxes.
This is the thing. I think the brick phone revolution is upon us for children anyway.
I was going to say, I love the, I call it the worm that we both got our kids,
Oh, yeah,
Rebecca.
yeah.
So you bought it first, you mentioned it,
Yes,
and I was
yes.
like, my child's
What's
going to
the
love
worm?
this.
What's the worm?
It's a lycra material,
sleeping
almost,
bag.
yeah,
type thing?
sleeping bag type
the
thing.
noodle.
So it's kind of
We have this.
It's kind
great.
of like a body sock. So body socks would be also lycra, but it would go over your body. This just like stops at your head, so you almost look like a mummy inside. But it's great for just calming them, and it's something they can kind of hang out in.
Yeah.
And
They become
pass
like an
time.
inchworm.
They
Like
do.
mine just
You're totally right.
moves around on the floor and is like so happy to do the dusting for me.
Well, deep pressure input is calming and organizing.
Yeah.
To the sensory system. It
had no idea.
That's why
accesses
massage
So
is
it
so
basically
nice.
it's not like
it's
a
the
weighted.
proprioceptive system.
Yeah.
It's not a weighted blanket.
No.
No.
It's
Thin.
literally
Lycra, it's thin.
it's
Stretchy.
really thin. It's really stretchy.
Lightweight,
And
folds to nothing.
Yeah.
Which is another benefit.
And they literally, it goes from their feet. So I've got the one that like you can even, it's got
Yeah,
like a
you
little
can put
thing,
your-
you
yeah,
can
the
put your
same-
feet
yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
And then it's got a hood.
Yeah, it has a hood, yes.
But yeah, you can either,
But your head stays out. Yeah.
I referred to it as, remember when the kids were babies and you would swaddle them?
Yeah.
It's a
It's
swaddle.
swaddling
It
your
is a child.
child.
They sell ones for adults. by the way.
So it's meant
It's called
to,
Spanx.
it's meant to,
full body Spanx.
it just calms. It just,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
calms
that's
them.
the-
But
yeah.
they get like creative and they're on the floor and like your child came over to our
And-
place. They were both in their little worm outfits, cleaning my floor, and it was great. I was so happy. And they're
I
just
should tell mine to clean the floor though. Never thought of that.
I never thought of that either. I think
well,
this
see,
is
if you
great.
tell them, then they're going to think they're doing you a benefit. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, you guys can do that, but just, for like 10 minutes.
well, I think it's, I mean, I feel like going backwards is a good idea. I mean, I feel like in COVID, because like out of necessity, the kids started watching more telly than I was.
Yeah.
Because I was working.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do all day
Yeah.
with these kids? And sadly, that's what ended up happening. And now I do want to revert before it's too late. Like,
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
before they're too old and they're too stuck in this.
The
It's-
digital minefield.
yeah, just okay. This is now it's okay for telly, and now we're turning it off, and now we're reading for the
Yeah.
rest of the
Yes.
evening.
Yes.
So this is a thing. I really think that having an hour a night after dinner
Yeah.
to dedicate either to reading together,
Oh, absolutely.
or family TV time,
agree.
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
everybody is
Music.
music,
musical
something.
instruments.
But board games.
Yeah. But do you know what's bizarre to me? So when I was growing up, there was no telly time every night
No,
at all.
no.
Oh, I was
I
a
had
bit
it
of a
after
TV
school.
addict.
I didn't.
Oh,
I had
did
it after
not.
school
They were
until like
obsessed with
dinner
TV.
time.
I didn't have it at all.
I can still tell you the full lineup of TGIF. Do you remember?
I can tell you the full lineup of the daytime soap
The
operas.
daytime soap operas. Oh my god.
But I just.
But no, I agree. Yeah.
I didn't even have that. So to me, it's sad. It's kind of sad that even you can't completely do away.
I mean, it
Yet.
was.
So.
It's one of those things. I think that in the probably late 80s, early 90s, anything that was on from 7 to 9 p.m. was considered family TV, right?
Yeah, 9 o'clock was the watershed.
9 o'clock was the watershed. So by then, you should be in bed. So I remember
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch 90210 because that came on at 9 o'clock.
Oh,
out.
it was always afternoon for us. Here
Was
about
it?
5 o'clock. Half 5. Yeah.
I would push my door back open because I could see the TV if I angled, just so.
I cannot believe
I
it.
remember like the joy of going to sleepover parties on a Friday night and being able to watch 90210 because
wow.
I was at like a sleepover party.
Saturday afternoons it was on here.
Oh, that's awkward.
Oh my God, honestly. Well, girls, I have to say, like, what we should do is we're going to share on our socials some Easter or spring break activities that, people can use if they choose to maybe get their kids off of devices
love
over
that. I
over
love
the
that.
holidays.
Telly. Yeah.
Some analog time, should we
Brilliant.
call it that?
Love
Yeah.
I mean, and here's my hope that the 90s are back, right? The 90s
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
fashion, the 90s are back. I had my friends in town. I was wearing my nice big, my friend Tara calls them the fuck off and leave me alone sunglasses, the really huge ones. And my friend's daughter immediately came back with, her glasses are too big. Tell her smaller is back. And I was like, oh my God. Like immediately going into my, vintage sunglass collection and pulling out my cute little like thin naughties
Little
glasses.
round ones.
The little ones, the little squares. Do you remember the little squares? And anyway, so I feel like the 90s are back, so maybe we can lean into that and bring back some kind of vintage fun, like whether it's board game night or an hour of reading or something. But let's try, everybody, listeners, us included, try to have some switch off time.
Is this homework
great.
for us?
I think it is. I think
A
it is
little
homework.
bit.
I need to
Just a
find-
little
A little bit. We're all trying to just live our
a
lives
smidge.
and get through the day.
And I also,
non-tech.
I want to hear from our listeners. I want to know the most annoying toy your children had. Like,
Or has.
or still has.
has,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And who bought it?
The robot dog. In
It's
Who
always
bought
the
it?
uncle. It's always the uncle that is
funkle.
not married and doesn't have any kids.
The Funkle, absolutely. Definitely. Well, as always, girls, let's keep it joyful, keep it chaotic, and, have some fun.
You
Cheers.
don't have
Cheers.
to keep it chaotic, it is.
Oh, yeah, we don't have to try. You've been listening to the Edinburgh Society of Unapologetically Imperfect Mothers, real-life friends from across the globe who have chosen to call Edinburgh home. Together, we're a haphazard amalgamation of diverse perspectives and life experiences, united as we try to navigate the often tumultuous journey through motherland with humor, unwavering support, and lots of fizz. Keep calm and join us on our next podcast. And until then, Mum's the word.